Hello, football fan. You are welcome to Football Extra Side. Today we are going to be focusing more on Chelsea. It's full time and it's Chelsea 3 and Aston Villa nil. What can we say about this game? Before this game started, we thought that Chelsea is going to set up this way and that it's going to be Robert Sanchez in goal, but there's a little tweak that the manager made. And before the game, a lot of people was looking at, and I was one of those looking at the form of Aston Villa, saying that in their last games, there's been a couple of losses and couple of draws. They've really dropped in form and things change quickly in football. But Chelsea came out today setting up this way. And it was Moise Caicedo that was talking into the right fullback area for Chelsea. And we're going to have another video where we will be able to discuss some of the movement relative to one another amongst the player. But this is essentially how Chelsea set up today, except that in the actual setup, there was a little stain. Caicedo was actually talking into this midfield and Enzo was able to join the attack, and that pins Aston Villa back a lot from playing out. They were very, very uncomfortable today playing out from the back. And before the match, there were a couple of quotes that was directed at Enzo Maresca. One of these, they asked him, and the question was like, is Chelsea in a title race? And he simply tell them, no, we are not in a title race. I already said this, we are not there. Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal are ahead of us. It's interesting how that he said that, and when you look at the table tells different story, but it's not really getting ahead of himself. He's trying to keep it low, not putting unnecessary pressure on his player. I mean, this is what he said. We're not in a title race. So it's just setting a realistic expectation right there. We're not in a title race. That's very, very clear. That's very, very clear. So before the match also, Chelsea have really not beaten Aston Villa in their last three Premier League games, and Aston Villa won the last two league games at Stamford Bridge. That must be a really, really difficult, tough moment for Chelsea. So these are some of the things we saw before this game today. There was also another quote that was credited to Levi Colwill, who said, hey, I will be scared to play Chelsea. The way we break him down and create so many chances is amazing. And this is any worthy striker in the world right now should be dreaming of coming to Chelsea. I mean, the regularity with which they create a lot of chances, and those wingers that could put in crosses, unpredictability in the way they play. So Maresca has come in and has given us that confidence. We're going into games, and it's fair to say we're battering most teams. And this is what the artist said to Daily Mail. And so in another development, this is how Chelsea is going to be the teams that are going to be in the FIFA World Club with Chelsea. So Chelsea is particularly looking at keeping one eye on that competition. And before this game today, this was my prediction. I thought Chelsea was going to beat Aston Villa 4-1, but at the end of the day, it was 3-0 at the end of the day in favor of Chelsea. This is a good thing for Chelsea. Before the game also, we saw that the log moved a little bit, and Liverpool was up there, Arsenal was up there, and Chelsea was really dropped into the fifth position because there's a game in hand there to be settled between Chelsea and Aston Villa. And the little gap between them was just 3 points, and that gap has now opened up. The gap has now opened up, and this is what it looks like right now. Chelsea has moved up with 25 points, and Aston Villa it's dropped below the 10th position on the table, and they stayed stuck with the 19 points that they had. Manchester United won their match convincingly. It was it was a battering of Everton, and it looks like things are beginning to look a little positive for Manchester United. So these are some of the things in the game today. Who is your man of the match for today? Although there's a little poll going out there put forward by Chelsea, and a lot of people were voting. I personally voted for Enzo because those were the options put on me. But if you really need to see in our Twitter handle, this is what we believe, that this is the man of the match, no doubt. What a machine! We believe Moise Caicedo is the proper man of the match today. Well, this is where we're going to be cutting this short. It's a good win for Chelsea. Chelsea had their win, and they have everything to be happy about. It was a very good one for Chelsea. The goals, opportunities they have, they took it well. Everybody played very well. Cucurella was just so amazing today. Cucurella was amazing. He was something else. He did a good job on the strikers today. Another thing we saw in the match, there was Wesley Fofana, who got injured. We hope this is not a very bad injury, and we'd like to have him back as quickly as possible. At this point, we just want to appeal to some of us who come to this channel to see some of our content. Please like, share, and subscribe, and remember to turn on the notification button so that when we have another video coming up today, a little detailed analysis of how the game went down, how Chelsea were able to take their point, and they were able to put it on Aston Villa. It was a good one. Right now, the match between Liverpool and Manchester City, it's already going on, and enjoy yourself. This is what EPL is all about. Well, at this point, we are going to call it another time until we see you in the next one. Have a good one.